I have some other question I forgot for the children.
What is the question?
Yeah, I want to ask you about your family thing.
Okay.
Now I recall. Yeah. I want to ask you, because you have 3 kids and you're super busy, your wife also work. Do you have an extra hand to help you? For example, your parents, your wife's parents help you when your kids are small?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean,
okay.
Grandparents will often help. And so when the kids were smaller, they would help more, babysitting and things like that. But of course, I think every parent will recognize those early years when you have kids that are very, very small, can be very demanding. You can't just take off. You need to be home and you need to transport them and, be there for them all the time, right? So that period of my life, and I guess many others as well, was more maybe stressful, just because rushing back and forth felt more like you're always behind, you're always having to rush back home. And
I wanted to ask you this question because in China, when both parents working, it's impossible to take care of kids at the same time.
Yeah.
They always have to have a parent or a nanny to live with you.
Yeah.
To take care of kids most of the time, because the working hours are very different.
Right.
Yeah, but here, even though you get help from your parents or your wife's parents, but it's not like very depending on them, right?
Not really. It is our responsibility to take care of them, and then you get some help from grandparents. But that's more, like I said, with some picking up from kindergarten here and there, things of that nature. More or less, you have to take care of them yourself.
I have a question in this context. How do you manage or maintain your routine when you had kids, or now, whenever, because life is changing all the time, you have other priorities, then how do you stay disciplined?
Discipline is one thing, but you're less flexible when you have younger kids, I would say, right? So I do remember those initial years when they were very young. I had less flexibility in terms of doing other things, right? Then now, of course, when they're older, now I feel much more, I have much more flexibility because they can take care of themselves, right? Yeah. But those initial years, your routines and everything that you go through is more of the same, I feel like, and it revolves around the children. So they take up a lot of your everyday. Yeah. So naturally, the discipline comes with that. Your children kind of requires that discipline, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah. But for your own personal development, your own time, how did you manage to get that? Is it
for work? You mean?
For work, yes, work or other things, except home-related things.
So one of the things that I did make a conscious choice during those early years of actually taking a role that was less, let's say, tactical, meaning that it was less maybe stressful every day. It had more long-term goals tied to it, which meant that it was easier for me to manage my time. So easier for me to get to work at 8 and leave at 4, which is kind of the case in Norway, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to another role where you're maybe more tied into, things that happen every day and you have to deliver, and then, things happen, you have to stay over and you have to work overtime and all those things. So I kind of made that conscious choice to say, okay, now I'm less flexible. Let me see if I can find a role where I can do a good job and deliver value but still I can manage my time every single day. And that was, for me, that was very helpful. Because then I felt less stressful when I was working, right? Because I managed to do a good job, but still get back home.
Take care of kids.
Take care of the kids.
And have the energy.
To do it, right? Because if you feel like you're always chasing something and you don't have time and you're always late for something.
Very exhausting.
Very exhausting, right? And then you come back and you want to be with your children, but you can't because you've got phone calls and everything else. I mean, that can be challenging.
Yeah.
But even in those situations, because a lot of people will experience that, I think it's back to the discipline. Yeah. So one thing that I've always tried is to not bring my work back home.
Yeah, that's
if I can avoid it. Now, of course, there's exceptions, and I try not to. I try not to. So I try.
No home office.
I also agree with that, because
it's hard to put draw a perfect line. Of course, I do calls at home and I have meetings at night at home from time to time. But it's always been my philosophy and my goal. If I have to work extra hours, I stay here. I work here. So when I leave this building, I leave work. Then when I get back home, I'm more focused on what I do at home. right? So when I open the door at home, then
You're a dad.
I'm
and
a dad
a husband.
and a husband. I'm done with work. And of course, there's always exceptions, but the majority of the time at home, I'm focused on what I do at home and not blurring the lines, like you said, and kind of mixing it over all the time. Because for me, that's just more stressful, because I feel then that, 24 hours is just work, which is not good. And so,
So
but,
don't bring
great.
your laptop home.
No. I only carry it because if I do work from home, but I always carry my laptop with me.
yeah. And I take advantage of the work from home, the 1-4 schedule that we have sometimes. If I know that, my day is made up of meetings, or I need to spend some time just by myself because I need to produce something, or I need to read something or whatever, then, I'll bring my computer, of course, and then I'll spend the day at working from home, which is also fine, individual days, but still trying to keep the same discipline that, okay, then I move into a separate room and try to work there.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
Yeah.
I think Jenuka has already asked you, what does your daily routine look like? When do you usually wake up, go to bed, and fit in exercise time? Those type of things. Yeah.
I don't think I do anything revolutionary. I know there are people that gets up at 5 a.m. in the morning and, do a lot of stuff before the world wakes up. I'm not there. I'm not a morning person necessarily.
Oh, that's me too.
I don't.
I'm a morning person.
I'm not. I'm not a big fan of getting up too early with having kids and everything else. Typically, alarm goes off at around 7, and then just getting up, having some coffee. I do read emails in the morning, so that's maybe a bad habit, but I find that's a good way of just first kind of 25 minutes. I do emails, I check the news, I read kind of the headlines and some news, what's going on in the world, and then I get to emails, just so that I get a feel for what has happened over the past, overnight, and because of course we're a global company, so there's always something going on. I just kind of prepare my mind a little bit. I go through my calendar again, what's going to happen this day, just to kind of get in the proper mindset of, okay, what will this day bring, and what do I need to focus on, what are my priorities, just preparing myself mentally for what needs to get done today, right? So I have an overview in my head and then is get ready, get the kids or the kid now to school. And then I hate sitting in traffic, and so often I will stay home for the first maybe 45 minutes, either have some breakfast, just another cup of coffee, bring my laptop, start working, but waiting until traffic is a little bit softer, and then I drive to work. So I don't waste time in traffic. And then I feel I've been a little bit more efficient that first hour as well, because I haven't spent it in traffic. I've actually been working in them. And then, like I said, I try to finish up here, not bring too much work back home, because then I can't work out, right? Which is your other question. If I bring too much work back home, then you have those blurred lines again, and then suddenly it's 9 p.m. But I try to finish up here, and I love to work out. So that's the most important thing in terms of spending time or finding the time. It's because I love it.
Oh, you love it. So you do it every day?
No. I do it when I can. So my goal is between 2 and 3 times a week. If I'm lucky, maybe 4 times a week. If I'm extra lucky, then it's 5 times. So it depends on my schedule.
At home or in studio?
No, I go to a gym. Most of the time.
You do CrossFit,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
I heard from Shasti.
So if I find the time, then I sign up in the afternoon or in the evening. Spend an hour, and then I'm done. And
CrossFit is quite intensive.
It is. I mean, you can be as intensive as you want to, but I like the intensity. So
I can see. So let's keep you energetic.
Yes, exercise.
It's important.
Yeah.
I think it's good for everyone. It doesn't have to be CrossFit, of course. It can be whatever your hobby or interest is, but just to do something physical, because you do spend quite a lot of energy, just mental energy and also physical. And for me, getting into the gym, think about something completely different, and push yourself a little bit, I think is good. It clears my mind a little bit. Just chemically, your body reacts well to physical strain, and so I think it helps with kind of clearing your mind and
it helps.
re-energizing. It's a sense of achievement, also outside work related, that I think can be beneficial. So for at least for me, that works. So finishing a day with a workout is for me, the best way to just to re-energize and
Okay. So you started training at your young age?
Well,
or
I've always done sports, soccer, and I played floorball, and so pretty competitive sports always. And then as I grew older, I had to stop those sports. But then I kind of found CrossFit as a good alternative, and for me that's perfect. It's a little bit, it's playful. It can be as hard as you want it to be. It's you learn some new skills all the time. It's very diverse. It's not the same thing over and over again, which fits me nicely. And it's super efficient. So it's 1 hour. You go in 60 minutes. You're out, and you've had a good workout. And
intensively.
So that fits me. I don't have time to do marathon or anything like that, because it's like you have to run for like 3 hours, and I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
So I needed to find something that was like efficient.
Yeah, but that's hard.
It is hard, but like I said, you can do whatever you want, right? You can do the same thing as someone else, and you don't have to go as hard. So it's all up to you.